What's up guys, NFJJ back at it with another video. I hope you do enjoy, and if you do, hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Also, almost 90% of the people watching my videos aren't actually subscribed, so if you like NASCAR videos and enjoy my content, consider subscribing because it's free and you can unsubscribe at any time. Anyways guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Of the 42,
guys, turn two,
and we have trouble on the racetrack.
Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon in the 24 car. Bunch of cars, more cars.
Like Skinner.
They can't. Nobody can see. There's so much smoke they can't see where to go. Now Ryan Newman in the 12, he will get this lap back, so he'll be back on the lead lap with a lot of the lead lap cars over there crashed.
Oh, they're all wadded up over there. There's cars everywhere. Cars involved. Let's have a look here in turn 2.
I think that yellow car on the inside gets in. Yeah, gets up into Rusty.
That's Mike Skinner
in the 4. And here comes the Gordon. He's in the smoke. He has no idea where anybody is, and he gets into the Skinner's car. You know, Darrell, that's right there in turn 2. We've seen that a lot. That's what happened with Dale Jarrett and Steve Park. It's like the car in the bottom just can't stick there and gets into the car up above it. Larry, when you enter turn 1 here, you can just really stay in the throttle and carry a lot of speed down into that corner. But right in the center, when the car needs to rotate, if it
got a spin right here on the front stretch.
That's Tracy Hines getting spun around. The traffic behind him looks as though it was going to get through, but then we had another spinner coming through. That's the 12 of Joey Miller, also involved in this. He gets spun around trying to avoid the spinning number 13 of Tracy Hines.
Yeah, he got some contact with another truck too.
If it's because of low air pressure right there when he got spun.
There's another view. That's after the contact, if there was some. Sometimes, though, if the tire came off, Tracy may have backed out of the throttle, and that may have caused the contact, if there was any contact.
Yes.
Tracy's already around him, makes some pretty hard contact with the outside wall. Joey Miller got turned around.
Kurt Busch makes the pass for second spot. Kurt's first start in the NASCAR Busch Series this year. In trouble out of turn 4. The 85 car slams the outside wall heavily with the driver's side and comes to rest across in the grass.
And that's what they're concerned about. These tires are so hard. The track was so new. We predicted earlier where we're going to see a lot of caution flags. You know, I hope it stops, but that is the biggest problem. The car's just running.
the tires, Larry.
And what a break that was for Gordon, but look on the high side. Oh, Gordon comes up.
Oh, he got Kenson. Oh, and there goes Jeff. Jeff's in the inside wall, hard into the wall.
Caution will wave. Caution will wave. The field is frozen. We'll be coming back to 4 to go.
That was, and he almost got clipped again. And this thing goes in here, and it hits an opening. That's why it knocked. That's what happened.
Oh, my God.
It hit that opening, and it just ripped the front end off of it.
There's no safer barrier there.
No.
Now Jeff is okay.
Trouble. A couple of the contenders, Burton and Harvick, involved in a crash, and now others swept into it. There's Stephen Wallace spinning.
Just like we saw early in the race, this 29 car just turned around right in front of traffic. Stephen Wallace involved, a lot of cars involved in this.
Right there, he tries to keep it off of Justin Allgaier. It slides right up in front of Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, the thing is, they didn't have new tires, but they did have a full load of fuel.
Yeah.
And they're around so much traffic, and this air's got stirred up so much that it's really a tricky part of the race when they have these restarts.
Yeah, and you've driven cars before. You know that when you're
He's rubbing pretty good. He's had some major contact. Oh, big crash.
Right up in front of Bliss, and Bliss just pops it.
We just blew it. We got run into. We're in the wall. We're on fire. Need to get out, Denny. Go ahead, jump out. It is on fire.
See one of the rear springs stuck in the nose.
past Brendan Gaughan, and here's as he goes down into turn 1, that tire lets go right in front of Mike Bliss.
And these guys are all racing as hard as they can because there's 5 laps to go, and Mike Bliss just didn't have any idea this 20 car was going to go in the fence like that.
Way up the racetrack goes the 32, catches the 6, and around goes Justin Lofton, hits the 13 of Johnny Sauter. They crash right at the start-finish line, and they catch the 32 of Miguel Paludo.
Wow. That was a huge crash.
Yeah, and that was a long time in developing, too.
Look at James Butcher just barely slipping by. Johnny Sauter not so fortunate. And watch Miguel Paludo. He's watching what's going on. Going to make a move here to the inside. But then he had one coming up from the bottom as well. Just barely gets hit, though. Not a lot of damage. Good job by Paludo not getting involved in the crash that he was a part of starting.
that he somewhat caused coming out of turn 4.
As you mentioned, look at that contact between Sauter and Lofton.
All four tires.
All four tires on Lofton's truck off the ground.
I hit the brake, just
Crash in turn number 1. One car got loose entering the corner and collected Dale Earnhardt Jr. in a big way.
That was a hard lick. It really was. And Boy Jr. just tried to move up a little too quickly and caught the back of Vickers' car.
The crash, it's Brian Scott, Alan.
Vicious crash. Scott's car turned up into the outside wall in turn number 4 hard.
Yeah, it looked like he'd been struggling with his car. He'd lost a couple of spots. It looked like he might have gotten really loose. He was running 6 at the time.
Right side of the screen.
We had a car on the outside. That literally sucks your car around. You can see. Man, that's a hard hit. That was Trevor Bain that had gone around the outside of Brian Scott.
The slap of the race right there.
Oh, trouble on the back. A car's around.
John Andretti spins down to the inside after hard contact with the wall. Oh, he gets slammed hard.
Tim Sauter in the 36 car. Hard hit.
Man, did you hear that?
That was a hard lick.
Murray sliding up the track, now back down into the traffic.
All you got.
But McMurray and the back end of that car gone. Window net is down, and look at the damage to Chase Elliott.
Wow. Look, turn left quick enough to avoid that. You can see how quick the one goes around from this shot. And there's Chase. He knows it's coming. There's just absolutely nothing he can do.
Yeah, just like Eric Jones earlier today. The speed of these cars in the corner and the grip.
He pulled. Oh, trouble.
Right behind our leaders, into the wall, hard contact.
Justin Lofton looked like he might have got clipped and turned into the outside wall. Brendan, right in front of Cale Gale.
Cale Gale gets caught up in this.
Holy cow.
Ninth caution comes out, debris all over the racetrack.
Cale just truck looks just like Brian Eichler's did when he ran into Ricky Carmichael.
For that team.
They're going to have a hard time getting Ron out of that 2 truck. They better put a 2 on that truck if they want him to drive it.
Wow, Cale looked like he was at full speed when Justin came back up the racetrack. Justin could not control his truck down on the bottom.
Oh, sideways.
That's Ryan Blaney going sideways. What a save and a hard hit. Nose first for Eric Jones.
Lock her down. Lock her down. Stay right there, bud.
Hey, you know, we ran up front, led laps, had a fast car. The finishes will come. It's just a shame that it had to end the way it did, but awesome job by everybody, pit crew. Awesome stops all day. Got the lead on the pits under green, so just a shame we couldn't finish it out.
To death, and then here comes Eric Jones. Both of these guys, you said it, Rick, this is the first race of the playoffs, and Eric Jones does not have a whole lot of playoff points. Kevin Harvick does have some, but already
right front unraveling. What you can't see or feel is.
Back down, they block. The 60 goes around. Briscoe hard into the wall.
contact with the 9 and the 20 in front of Briscoe, and just got into that curvature of the wall. They
push around hard into the wall after contact with Chase Elliott.
Wow. Sign of how on the edge these drivers are, especially on these restarts, low pressures, trying to push, and you can just see the 41, the back steps out, he corrects, the nose takes off over into the side of the 9 of Chase Elliott.
And Jeff, I think you might be right. I think the 9 hadn't have been there. He might have been able to catch that thing before it hit the wall, or maybe just touch the wall. But when the 9 was already there, nothing happened. He couldn't.
We're in Las Vegas. This is yesterday's race. It's the Busch Grand National. There's a 6-car pileup. When Randy LaJoie in blue goes up on Dick Trickle. Randy LaJoie comes bouncing off the wall in Las Vegas. He goes across this brand new track upside down. Randy LaJoie won't soon forget his racing debut out in Las Vegas. So maybe some of the drivers thought, you know what, we'll be a little more careful.
Out for the third time this afternoon here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It all started in turn 2 when Cody Ware went for a spin in the 25.
Down the bank a bit, and Bubba's trying to tuck to the bottom. Man,
you could tell they're just committed on that outside line. You're wide open. I mean, clear past, you know, even before the apex of the corner, you're wide open. You could just see they just couldn't react fast enough.
Oh, and there goes Theriot hard into the wall. And that's Reddick in the 19 that had the problem, that kicked it all off with Theriot as he comes grinding to a halt.
At a high in turn 4 loose, just about has his truck saved, and along comes Theriot. Look at that right front tire.
Yeah, really nothing Austin can do. And
at all.
Tyler Reddick, he was just fighting to regain control of his truck.